The sun goes down, and for 99% of human history, that single moment meant one thing: you might not see morning. No streetlights, no locks on doors, no walls thick enough to stop a hungry predator. For millions of years, humans were prey, hunted by cave lions, hyenas, and predators, built to kill in the dark. You had no claws, no fangs, no venom. By every measure, you should have been easy prey. Because here's the problem. Human eyes are almost useless at night, but the predators hunting us, built to see in the dark. When the sun set, they came out. Silent, fast, and impossible to spot until it was too late. There was nowhere to hide. Early human camps had no walls, no defenses, just open ground, swallowed by the dark each night. A ring of firelight became a boundary predators wouldn't cross. For the first time, humans had a safe place after dark. Evidence from sites like Wonderwork Cave shows humans were controlling fire nearly 1 million years ago. Then came the discovery that changed everything: fire. That safety gave us something we never had before: time. Time to talk, time to plan, time to think. Instead of just surviving the night, humans could finally prepare for tomorrow. But not everyone reacted to darkness the same way. Some stayed cautious, others felt no fear at all. That safety gave us something we never had before: time. Time to talk, time to plan, time to think. The ones who stayed cautious survived and passed that same fear down to their children. Generation after generation, this fear became hardwired. Not learned, inherited. That's why children today feel afraid of the dark before anyone ever teaches them to be. Even now, surrounded by streetlights and electricity, that ancient instinct hasn't disappeared. Your brain isn't malfunctioning when a dark room feels different. It's running code that kept your ancestors alive for 2 million years. We built cities, lights, and walls. But the fire still means the same thing it always did: safety. Right up until the last flicker of light goes out. Long before humans understood fire, there was only darkness and the fear of what lived in it. One evening, the sky changed. Storm clouds rolled in fast and the wind began to howl. Then, without warning, a bolt of lightning tore through the sky and struck the ground. It hit a lone tree in the distance, and in seconds that tree was burning. A small group of early humans froze. They had never seen anything like it before. Their eyes widened with fear. This wasn't sunlight. This wasn't anything they understood. Instinct took over. They backed away, keeping their distance from the strange glowing light. The flame spread slowly across the dry grass, sending sparks drifting into the night sky. By the time the storm passed, the fire was still burning quietly under a clearing sky. Fear slowly gave way to something new: curiosity. One of them took a step closer. Cautiously, the group moved forward, drawn toward the strange warmth in the distance. As they got closer, the firelight lit up their faces for the very first time. One of them reached a hand toward the flame, close but not quite touching it. For the first time in their lives, they felt warmth that didn't come from the sun. A child reached too close, and a parent quickly pulled them back to safety. Someone touched the flame directly and instantly understood. Fire could hurt. They learned to sit near it instead, close enough to feel the warmth, far enough to stay safe. One brave member picked up a burning branch, carrying it carefully with both hands. The wind nearly put it out. They cupped their hands around it, desperate to keep it alive. They fed it dry grass and twigs, and slowly the flame grew stronger again. A new fire was born at their camp, small but steady and entirely their own. That night, a predator circled nearby, but stopped at the edge of the firelight, unable to come closer. Someone held meat over the flame, and the smell of cooked food filled the air for the first time. The group gathered close together, sharing warmth they had never known before. One person stayed awake through the night, feeding the fire so it would never go out. Over time, fire became the center of camp life, always burning, always protected. Elders began teaching the younger ones how to feed and care for the flame. When they met other groups, they shared their fire, passing a single flame from camp to camp. Years later, a lone figure sat by a campfire, looking up at a calm, clear night sky. What started as a single strike of lightning would go on to change the course of human history forever. You're walking through tall grass and suddenly you freeze. Something just moved. There it is, coiled, still, watching, and before you even think, your body already knows what to do. You jump back instantly. No hesitation. No conscious decision. Just pure reflex. Why does your brain react this fast? For a snake, but not for almost anything else. The answer goes back millions of years, to a time when our ancestors lived in dense, dangerous forests. Snakes were experts at hiding, camouflaged in leaves, nearly invisible until it was too late. One wrong step, one moment of carelessness, and a strike could come out of nowhere. The ones who reacted instantly survived. The ones who hesitated often didn't get a second chance. Parents who reacted fast enough to protect their children passed that same fast. Reaction down. Generation after generation, this response became hardwired directly into the human brain. It's why your eyes widen and your body reacts before your conscious mind even catches up. But snakes weren't the only hidden danger. Spiders posed a different kind of threat. Small, quiet, and easy to miss, until you were already too close. A hand reaching into a dark space could meet danger without any warning at all. And the moment it did, the body's response was immediate. Pull back, get away, survive. Out of every creature our ancestors encountered, snakes and spiders stood out as uniquely dangerous. For millions of years, across countless generations, this danger never fully disappeared. A single bite could mean infection, paralysis, or worse, with no medicine to help. So the brain learned to recognize the shape of a snake almost instantly, before fully processing what it was seeing. Researchers have found that humans spot snake shapes faster than nearly any other image. Even babies, who have never encountered a real snake, show heightened attention to snake-like shapes, and children learn to fear them even faster, simply by watching how adults around them react. Compare that to a dog or a cat, calm, familiar. No ancient alarm bells ringing at all. Our ancestors who stayed cautious around potential danger were simply more likely to survive. Every careful step, every pause to check the ground added up over generations. Those who ignored the signs often didn't live long enough to pass on that carelessness. Over time, this caution became a permanent automatic pathway in the human brain. Fast forward to today, and that ancient alarm system is still fully active. Even a small, harmless spider on a wall can trigger the exact same instinctive reaction. Logic doesn't matter in that split second. The ancient brain reacts first, thinks second. It's strange when you think about it. We fear a tiny spider more than something like a busy road. Statistically, everyday things are far more dangerous, but our brain never evolved to fear those instead. Even surrounded by streetlights and modern safety, that ancient wiring hasn't gone anywhere. This reaction isn't unique to one culture or one part of the world. It's universal. Studies show this fear response appears even in people who've never encountered a real snake in their life. What feels like fear today was once one of the most valuable survival tools we ever had. Every time you flinch at a snake or spider, you're reacting exactly like your ancestors once did. From ancient forests to modern cities, this single instinct has followed humanity every step of the way. It's not a flaw in your mind. It's proof of just how long survival depended on staying alert. The fear that once kept your ancestors alive is still living quietly inside you today. Right now, somewhere in your jaw, there's a tooth trying to grow that your body doesn't actually need. It's called a wisdom tooth, and for millions of people it causes pain, swelling, even surgery. So why does the human body still make something that hurts us more than it helps? To understand this, we need to go back, way back, because the human jaw didn't always look like this. Our ancient ancestors ate a completely different diet. Raw meat, tough roots, uncooked plants. Chewing this stuff wasn't easy. It took power. And to handle that kind of food, early humans had big, wide jaws, with room for all 32 teeth, wisdom teeth included. Every bite was a workout. Their jaw muscles were strong, and their jawbones were long enough to fit every single tooth comfortably. Over hundreds of thousands of years, something started to change. As the human skull evolved, the jaw slowly started shrinking. Then came one of the biggest turning points in human history, fire. And with fire came cooking. Cooked food is soft. It breaks down easily. Suddenly humans didn't need that same brute chewing power anymore. Meals became easier. Jaws worked less. And less work meant less need for a big, strong jawbone. But here's the problem. Evolution is slow. Painfully slow. the jaw started shrinking. But the number of teeth didn't. Then agriculture arrived. Soft grains, porridge, farmed food. Jaws kept getting smaller, generation after generation. Fast forward to today, and we're left with a jaw that's too small. For a full set of teeth that hasn't changed in over 100,000 years, modern humans eat soft, processed food. Our jaws barely have to work at all compared to our ancestors. And the last teeth to come in are the wisdom. Teeth simply don't have anywhere left to go. That's why they get impacted. Stuck sideways, swollen, painful. Your body is still following an ancient blueprint, built for a jaw that no longer exists. Look at the difference. Ancient jaw, medieval jaw, modern jaw, each one smaller than the last. Which is why millions of people now have their wisdom. Teeth surgically removed, fixing a problem evolution created, but never finished solving. It's not a design flaw. It's a leftover. A trait evolution simply hasn't caught up to yet. So next time your jaw aches, remember, you're not broken. You're just carrying a piece of your ancestors' diet. In a mouth built for a different world, your body is still evolving, just slower than the world around it. And wisdom teeth? They're proof that sometimes evolution leaves a few things behind.